Welcome, everybody. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show. It is the 7th of February, 2022. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but like James, this is pretty much the year anniversary of the show. We did a show last year starting the week before the Super Bowl. We're a little bit about a week out, but Wes has joined us. We're really grateful for his attendance. Shout out to everybody watching online. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Let us know how y'all feeling. It is Super Bowl week. The big game is upon us. The Pro Bowl was this past weekend. Lots of news to cover. Wes, if you could move to your right a little bit, that would be great. And so, boys, how was your weekend? What did you do? What did you get into? What's new? Producer James in the building. Wes Washington apparently has some like dancing people above him, his new neighbors. Are they still vibing with you? Are they bothering you? What's up, Wes?
I'm chilling, man.
I see their TikToks all the time.
I mean, the neighbors don't bother me too much.
Good.
I mean, but they are annoying,
Man.
you know. I told you what she asked me the other day, right?
No, what did she say?
Oh, she goes, "Oh, hey, nice car." Like, yeah, what do you do for a living? I don't worry about what I'm doing for a living.
You should tell her I mind my business.
Yeah, that's what I do for a living, exactly.
Mind my own business. They're taking applications.
Yeah.
Producer James in the building. How you doing, sir?
I'm good.
How was the weekend?
It was good.
Cook anything?
I'm working. Nah.
Cook anything at the house?
Nah.
No?
Had some pork chops last night.
Okay.
Went and watched the new Jackass movie.
Oh, how was it?
It was a Jackass movie.
Okay, we'll probably talk about that in the last segment. We'll get off the rails a little bit. Gentlemen, lots of news to cover. The Pro Bowl was yesterday. A misstep. I think it's, I don't know. You mix Sin City with the NFL, young players, sure booze was flowing, entourages are going. Alvin Kamara was detained and arrested on a battery charge. He had a hearing today at 1:30 that was reset, I believe, for March 3rd. We don't know the details. We don't know the facts. Some early reports coming out that an individual went to the emergency room in Las Vegas. Potentially a broken orbital bone had occurred. It's reported that the incident escalated when a patron tried to enter in an elevator with Alvin Kamara and his entourage. Alvin Kamara, it is reported that tried to deny him access by putting his hand up. I'm sure a scuffle ensued. And later on, Alvin Kamara was able to be located at the Allegiant Stadium where he was detained after the game was over. Not in front of anybody, not in the stadium, but we'll kind of wait for see how details come out with that. Is that surprising to anybody? Is anybody shocked that this occurred? Is it, it's shocking that it's Alvin Kamara because usually he's out of the news, but for this time, it's late. It's Las Vegas. People get ballsy. I'm sure there's a lot of booze. People have liquid courage, man. Stuff happens. Wes, what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, it's probably somebody looking for a paycheck. They figure, they take an ass whipping.
Broken orbital bone, though.
Learn to leave people alone. I'm just saying, why would you want to try to get into the elevator with a bunch of dudes? That's what I'm guessing.
If it was packed, I could see that. But if it was like three guys and there was four, the fourth would be on the elevator. I've been in an elevator with like 8 people before. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big guy. It's not that big of a deal. But if it was like 10 guys in an elevator, 6 guys, and it would have been crowded, that may have been a different story. Like I said, we don't know all the facts. Kind of shocking it's Alvin Kamara because he usually stays, pretty low key. You've never heard anything. He plays in New Orleans, lives in New Orleans. If anything were to happen, it would probably be in New Orleans outside of Las Vegas. True?
Well, people in New Orleans are crazy. That's like the murder capital of the world.
Well,
that's why you don't go out there.
That's true. But, we are talking about Sin City. Other news coming on, lots of hires. Shout out to Lovie Smith getting a head coaching job with the Houston Texans. Mike McDaniel is the new head coach in Miami. I don't really understand that hire. That's kind of off the wall. Lovie Smith did take the Chicago Bears to a Super Bowl with Rex Grossman as a quarterback. That's a feat in itself. any response, anything new is you kind of knew Brian Flores was going to be out of the mix. If that lawsuit kind of came to fruition, it has. And yeah, he probably wasn't selected for the Houston job after that. Josh McCown was also a candidate in Houston. I believe that probably pressure from the NFL has led to Lovie Smith being considered. It was a left field hire. Any thoughts on that, Wes, for Mike McDaniel, Lovie Smith? I like Lovie Smith. I think he did really great in his college stints and then kind of came back to the NFL in a different role and now is getting an opportunity in Houston. I don't think that Lovie Smith will be able to keep Deshaun Watson happy. I think if Houston would have hired Brian Flores, that probably wouldn't have been an opportunity to keep Deshaun Watson. But I think the ownership and the executives for Houston wanted Deshaun out by any means necessary, and Lovie Smith was an opportunity to do so. So Houston gets to eat their cake and eat it too, by that meaning hiring a minority head coach and probably getting a lot of draft capital for Deshaun Watson when that time comes to pass. Wes, what are your thoughts on the hires? We'll get into the Saints hire as well, but I want to get a quick snippet on what you thought about the hire in Houston and Miami.
I mean, it's the hire in Houston. I mean, can you find a more boring pick? I mean, it just seemed like they just went with, can we get some old generic, just plain old coach? We'll take this guy. He's generic enough. It just didn't seem like, it seemed like Houston needs to mix it up and have somebody with something new, with something that's going to try to change the way they're going. I think Lovie Smith he may like clean up the act, maybe basically like a Charlie Strong,
Yeah.
Have everybody on the right page or that kind of stuff. But I don't seeing them being able to do anything. I mean, they don't have a lot of talent on either side of the ball right now, either way. I mean, as it goes. Miami, I mean, because they picked a whiter dude.
Well, he doesn't identify that way, Wes.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I know I'm being horrible, but I'm just saying. I mean, the dude. I mean, like if you look up white head coach, that'll be the guy he picked. But I mean, I kind of like Miami. It seems like they're taking a bigger chance than the Houston Texans. So I really don't know much about that guy, the Miami guy. I just know Lovie Smith. He's kind of a boring guy. He's kind of he's Tony Dungy.
Yeah, but there's a difference between him and Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy beat him in a Super Bowl to win a championship. So there's a difference between the two coaches, Laos. I think for me, Lovie Smith is more of a safe pick. It's a pick that kind of brings stability, but how long is that stability, right? I think we'll really know more how invested Houston is going to be with Lovie Smith once the contract details come out. If this is a multi-year deal, like 5 years or more, then I think that's their guy. They believe that he can take him to a championship. If this is a 2-year deal, this is another stopgap. This is Dave Culley 2.0. And I think a lot of people are really curious about that right now. I think a lot of people in the media see this as another just a sign of a hire to meet the current atmosphere of the NFL. It's like, there's a lot of eyes being looked at the NFL in a maybe through a racial lens right now. And so I think they're trying to say, hey, we have Flores. He was a candidate. We need to have a minority head coach. It's a pretty safe hire to hire a former Super Bowl a former coach who took a team to a Super Bowl and played in a tough division in the NFC North, and did it with a roster that wasn't that impressive outside of probably Devin Hester. So, I think time will tell for the Houston Texans, but Mike McDaniel, he comes from the Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay tree. Everybody wants to hire those kind of guys right now, and he's an offensive coordinator. I think that they believe that he'll get the most out of Tua Tagovailoa. Time will tell. We'll kind of see how things progress for Miami, but now you have New England in that division. You have Buffalo in that division. The Jets are going to get a little bit better on defense with Bob Saleh as their head coach. I don't think there's going to be a lot of success for Mike McDaniel out there in Miami, to say the least. Producer James, you got anything?
No, Trying to.
I thought I saw some gears working over there. I thought
Yeah.
something was going on, but no, it's a tough time, I think, right now in the NFL for a lot of things going on outside of, just the game and the sport. The Pro Bowl yesterday was a glorified, touch football kind of exhibition between two teams. It was fun to kind of watch at times. It was fun to see, the 4th and 15, which was new after a team scores, and kind of go for a 4th and 15 to keep the ball. But I'm kind of getting in the mode, in the groove for Super Bowl 56 to kind of come, so we can kind of get pretty much the season over. Like last week we had Tom Brady's retirement, right? There was Tom Brady was going to retire. Oh, he wasn't going to retire. Oh, and then he releases it Saturday night. Yeah, I am retiring. Then we had the lawsuit come out with Brian Flores. Now the NFL is trying to walk back some of their stances that they had, kind of knee-jerk reaction to the lawsuit, like, oh, there's no grounds, this has no merit, blah blah. And now the NFL is talking about, well, we need to include people from outside of our entity. We need to have people in the private sector come in, show us how to do these new practices. And that just tells me that there's a smoking gun somewhere in that lawsuit that Brian Flores has, and it's probably the witnesses that his legal team will probably call up whenever that does happen. But I think we should just kind of leave that there, pivot more to the Super Bowl now. Wes, the big game this Sunday. Where are we watching it at, man? Where are you watching it at? What's on the menu? What's going down? We'll get into the game, break that down a little bit, probably in the second segment. Special guest will be calling in after the first break to give his pick. He gave his pick last year and was 100% spot on with his prognostication. But before we get there, man, it's Super Bowl. Super Bowl's food. Super Bowl's fun. Got great people around you. What are we talking about, Wes? What you getting into?
Man, just not being in my hometown, I really don't know what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Just saw that my old spot on the River Boulevard, they're doing that all you can eat tacos, the roasting the pig or whatever.
Ooh, nice. Little carnita action.
It's so good, dude. That I'm thinking about going to watch the game there. I have to drive that 3 hours, but I mean, I'm thinking either we went to that place, Bottle Rockets, in Legacy.
Uh-huh.
It was pretty nice. They had some big TVs. Food was okay, but I have no idea, man. I got a lot to do the next day, and they need to make everybody off on the 14th or the day after the Super Bowl. But I got a lot of stuff to do, so I mean, I'm not planning anything, I guess you could say.
Not going to be getting too wild that evening just because the responsibilities in the morning, huh?
Yeah.
Producer James, what about you, man? What are you getting into? I know you got something planned up your sleeve.
I'll probably cook something if time allows and stuff. Probably just be chilling.
Just relaxing?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No reason to get all crazy for me, at least.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I take my holiday time during this championship. So I'll be off Monday. I'm going to have me a good old time Sunday night watching the game, probably with the family, just getting into that. But more times than not, the Super Bowl is full of we have prop bets. We have different kind of events going on. Like, what kind of outlandish things do you think will be at the Super Bowl? Is anybody going to be streaking? Is anybody who's going to win the coin toss? Is it going to be head or tails? What is the one thing that you look forward to, Wes, outside of the game when the Super Bowl comes?
Oh, the halftime show this year.
Wow.
Man.
All right.
Woo, I'm fired up about the halftime show.
Well, you're a hip hop head. We know that.
Mary J. Blige, I think what they got. Did they say Eminem's going to be there too?
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, I'm excited about the halftime show.
So who's going to be the special guest? Usually they always have a guest they don't talk about, and that's a surprise. Who, with being in LA, being a hip hop primary show, are they going to switch it up with rock? Are they going to switch it up with a pop singer? Who would you think it potentially could be that would be the surprise guest? How they kind of, give the fans something new that they weren't expecting.
I don't know. I mean, maybe Ice Cube. But I don't know who's really. I don't know anybody that I don't know the rappers of today. I mean, I hope it's not Drake because Drake just ruins everything for me.
Okay. Not a Champagne Poppy fan. Okay.
Yeah, not at all. But I mean, maybe they bring back the what's it called the hologram of Tupac. That'd be cool.
What about the Beach Boys? You think the Beach Boys come out?
Oh man, nobody wants to see the Beach Boys.
Come on, man. I need to find something. I need to find something to get under your skin. You over here just like real chill. I'm just like, how can we get Wes riled up? What about Gwen Stefani? Gwen Stefani's from Los Angeles.
No, man. Well, nah, it's supposed to. You gotta go with something.
Well, everybody on that stage is gonna be over 50, so she would fit right in.
I don't want no hollaback girl. I don't want no. Nah, no thank you.
You want no bananas?
I mean, what else are you talking about? You want the Spice Girls up there? I mean,
well, they're from the UK. Whenever the Super Bowl goes to the UK, they can go get the Spice Girls over there. But right now, man, we're talking about who's going to be the surprise halftime show for the big game.
I mean, that dude, it's going to be a shock to me because I really don't know. I don't know who can fit in and it's still going to be cool. That I guess is supposed to be. They're supposed to be from LA or from California. I don't know who it would be.
I'm thinking it would be a guy like. Who's the guy in Maroon 5? Who's the rock guy?
Oh, terrible, man.
Man, y'all are great at music.
I mean, Maroon 5 is all right. I would never put them on my playlist, but I don't know. I just don't know who's out there in Cali.
You don't know who's in California?
Adam Levine.
Who's gonna actually mesh with him?
You knew it.
You know, how can Adam Levine? Is that what you said, Adam Levine?
Yeah.
I thought that was a dude from Workaholics.
No, Adam Levine, Maroon 5. You know.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, how is Maroon 5 gonna mesh with
No, I said Adam Levine. I didn't say Maroon 5. I said he's from Maroon 5. But Adam Levine is a LA guy. He's a rock guy. He's a skilled guitarist. I think that would be a mesh that they would kind of bring into it.
Nah, maybe bring in Cube. That'd be good.
But Ice Cube fits into that mold already, and I don't think Dre wants him to be there. It's like you need contrast, right? You need something that's going to be different from everybody else. You got hip hop and R&B throughout. Everybody who's going to be on that stage, you need some way to. What about Bruno Mars? Bring back Bruno. Bruno and Silk Sonic, bring them two guys together.
Paul wants Elton John on the piano.
Nah, no rock. See, that's UK, Rocket Man, UK.
Elton John over everybody you said.
You know what you know about Rocket Man? You don't know nothing about Elton John.
Oh, yeah, man, get out of here.
You got sequin suits in your closet? Is that what you're telling me?
Whoa! Just because I like Elton John, I mean I'm
just asking questions. We'll get out defensive.
Man, I ain't got no sequin suits.
All right,
man. Come on, bro.
Wes ain't hiding nothing. I get it.
Why you get mad, bro?
Sensitive. All right, guys, 44 minutes after the hour. Let's get into a quick break. I'm going to get our special guest on the line. He'll give us our prognostication for his bet, or for his pick, rather. We'll get into it, get our picks in the mix as well. The line has moved for all of you people who can bet legally in your states. Now, Los Angeles Rams are favored at -4.5. When we come back, we'll talk about that. Maybe a couple of quick prop bets mixed into that. I really want to know who's taking heads or tails in the coin toss, but we'll talk about that when we get back.
All right, guys, 44 minutes after the hour. Let's get into a quick break. I'm going to get our special guest on the line. He'll give us our prognostication for his bet, or for his pick, rather. We'll get into it, get our picks in the mix as well. The line has moved for all of you people who can bet legally in your states. Now, Los Angeles Rams are favored at -4.5. When we come back, we'll talk about that. Maybe a couple of quick prop bets mixed into that. I really want to know who's taking heads or tails in the coin toss, but we'll talk about that when we get back.
Welcome, everybody. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show. Getting back into it from break. Appreciate everybody sticking with us. On the line, let's introduce returning for his second year in prognostication. Last year hit the nail on the head, making sure the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the GOAT himself would capture a 7th title. Ladies and gentlemen, from the great state of Texas, Papa Romeo in the building.
Hello. Hola a todos mis amigos.
Papa Romeo.
A little Spanish there.
Hey, how much soul do you have, Papa Romeo?
I tell you, I got more soul than I can control. That's a fact.
You better watch yourselves now. You better watch out. Papa Romeo, the boys may have a couple of questions in a moment, but we're thankful you're returning to have a shot at picking the Super Bowl winner for the second year in a row. What are your thoughts on the matchup with the Cincinnati Bengals, led by Joe Burrow, taking on Matt Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams?
All right. Well, first, let me just at least preface by saying I'm going to really enjoy this Super Bowl because my team's not in it, so that relaxes me a lot. But after looking at these guys, I'm going to go. My prognostication is I'm going to go with the Rams to win it, mainly because of their defense with Von Miller and then that defensive lineman Donald. I think they're going to do it just the way they did it, just the way Von Miller when he was with Denver, did it to Carolina. Sam Burrow's going to be upset. I don't know who's going to be upset as that other guy from Carolina when they lost, but I think it'll be the Rams winning it. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it's going to be 33-24. I'm prognosticating a touchback of 2 points in there.
Safety and Joe Burrow for the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't think he'll be as put out as Cam Newton was in his little fit after that Super Bowl with the Broncos winning it back against Carolina. Other thoughts in this game? How are you seeing this safety come about with the 2 points being scored by the Los Angeles Rams? Are you talking about a sack maybe in the end zone, a penalty while Joe Burrow's in the end zone with a holding call? How do you see that safety coming about?
I see it with a sack because Von Miller, shout out to the Aggies here. He's such a student of the game on the defense. He's going to figure out something to put into the second half, just the way he figured out Cam Newton. And I think it'll be a sack or a fumble or the ball going out. I don't care how it happens, but I think there's going to be a safety in there.
I like the way that's kind of set up real quick. I'm going to throw it around the bend here. Gentlemen, do we have a question for Papa Romeo before he gives his closing remarks?
I was curious about.
Let's get James and then we'll go to Wes.
Yeah, me first, man. I was wondering what he thought about from a Cowboys fan, loyal Cowboys fan, how he felt about the end of their season.
Stirring the pot.
I was just curious.
I felt, and I don't know if Wes said it or somebody else said it on your show, like just burning all my Cowboy memorabilia. Somebody said something to that effect, and I don't remember who. But it's just so disappointing to see them with that much talent and just mediocre coaching. And it all goes back again, to the owner, because they've got some just excellent loyal fans out there, even though they lose. I mean, I remember when Tony Romo was choking, and people still love these guys. So, the Dallas drama continues as long as Mr. Jones is running the show there, but. That's why I prefaced what I said, that I'm going to enjoy this one, James, because I don't really care who wins, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, same here. That's what I told Paul earlier because he was asking my plans for the Super Bowl, and I was like, I'm just going to relax, might cook some food, and just enjoy the game. Ain't no need for me to get worked up this year.
Well, King James, what time we eating, brother?
That's what I asked him.
6:30ish.
One more question, Papa Ro. Appreciate your time for spending with us. Wes, what do you have?
Oh man, I almost forgot my question because James just rudely interrupted. But my question was, do you think Joe Burrow is on the same level as Cam Newton? That's what you compared it to. You think Joe Smooth is like Cam Newton? Come on, bro.
I'm not a big fan of Burrow. I'm not a big fan of Joe Burrow. I mean, he looked like a miner smoking a cigar in the locker room when they were celebrating that last win. I was just like, somebody's got to card this guy. But here's the real reason here, Wes.
I would take Joe Burrow over Dak Prescott right now.
Oh yes. I agree with you on that angle. But what I really don't want to hear of Cincinnati is I don't want to hear Chris Collinsworth with his groggy, ugly voice talking about the old times and Boomer Esiason talking about the old times, because I remember that Super Bowl in '88 when they went. I remember that.
Wes does too.
I remember.
And I remember one of their linemen broke his leg in the first series. They were about to go into the end zone. The guy's leg just cracked in half. That was ugly. But nonetheless, I just don't want to hear from Collinsworth. I don't even like listening to him, on Sunday Night Football.
No, it's okay, Papa Romeo. Wes remembers it well. He's not too far behind you in age, so don't be remiss. But at the same time, we appreciate your time tonight. You're taking the Los Angeles Rams one more time, the final score that you prognosticated. If you hit this, we may have to just go to Las Vegas or maybe to Louisiana and have a rendezvous to see if we can put something on a roulette wheel or something.
Red 23, baby. Red 23, I'm telling you.
So what was that final score again?
33. Yeah, 33 Rams, 24 Bengals.
That's going to be a heck of a matchup. It seems very plausible as well because some field goals can get mixed into that makeup to get those 33 points on the board. Papa Romeo, closing remarks before we get out of here and let you go. Do you have anything for the people?
Well, just thank y'all for letting me come on and give my 2 cents here. I really appreciate it. And all the listeners out there, these guys are doing a fantastic job. Please keep supporting them, and really appreciate what y'all are doing. Thank y'all so much.
Papa Romeo, everybody. Let's clap it up real quick. Thank you very much for coming on tonight. Thank you.
All right. You bet. Bye-bye.
Man, Papa Romeo, man, he gets it right. This is 2 years in a row because he had the perfect score last year. And he picked the Bucks. He took the Bucks in the beginning of the preseason last year, all to go wire to wire with the victory.
You remember we had that controversy with Tom Cruise last year?
Which one?
Where he basically had the same prediction. I think it was like score and everything as Papa Romeo. You remember?
Oh, you're talking about Tom Cruise from not
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but Papa Romeo had it first. That's the difference.
Yeah.
But also, Cruz didn't see the show before that. But that was all hyperbole, man. It wasn't nothing about nothing.
Yeah. So, that I was listening to their newest episode today, and
give them a shout out. Who are you talking about?
Yeah, Pops and Shots. Pops and Shots podcast on Spotify, iTunes, all of that. Go check them out. They're a sports podcast, local here in town, and today, they were giving their Super Bowl predictions.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to put that out there now. He's like, I don't want no controversy. And yeah.
So he remembers.
Oh, yeah, he remembers.
That's right.
And you know, I was like, dang, that was a year ago already.
That's what happens. See, that's what happens when you live in people's heads rent free. That's what happens. I'm just saying, the influencers.
Yeah. So
what was his prediction for the score? 33-24?
I can't remember.
That's right.
I'm going to shit my pants if he did say that. But he did.
I'm going to task you with going back to find out or you could just text him.
Yeah. I was going to find it on here and have it preloaded so we can play it during the show.
Maybe we'll have it back when we come back from the second break.
Yeah, I can definitely find it.
All right, gentlemen, let's get into it. We have anybody in the comments give a quick shout out?
Yeah, I mean, we got Mingo and Carla.
Shout out, bear down. I don't know who's the team. Who does Mingo like? He likes the Colts.
His team.
Who cares? It doesn't matter. You're right. Who cares?
Damn.
All right, Wes. Let's get into it real quick.
I need some time real quick.
What you need?
I just gotta finish up the for the segment.
Score. Okay.
Yeah. Kill some time. So for the segment. I need to get it
That's
ready.
why we're going into the Super Bowl picks.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So
I thought we were getting into me.
No. We're getting into the Super Bowl picks. I felt the telekinetic energy you're trying to give off there. That's what happens when you work somebody for a year. It's like I pump your brakes real quick. Wes, let's get into the mix real quick. Cincinnati Bengals coming across the United States. I don't even think they're in Los Angeles yet. But this is a home game pretty much for the Rams. Huge contingency probably getting into SoFi Stadium, or is it SoFi Arena? I'm not sure which one it is. But at the same time, SoFi is going to be so fly. There's going to be tons of celebrities, going to be tons of influential individuals. The game this weekend, do you like the Rams by 4.5, or do you like Cincinnati given 4.5 points with the underdog roll? What do you like? Don't give your pick yet, but if you had to bet, if you're betting 4.5 for the Rams to cover, or are you going to take the Cincinnati Bengals to get 4.5 to win the game?
I'm not making my pick. I'm just saying what I would bet.
Right.
I would take the Rams to win by 4.5.
You would give you would say the Rams have to win by 5 or more to win the bet.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and give mine. I want to take Cincinnati. Like I said, I'm not giving my pick, but I would take the better bet of Cincinnati plus 4.5 on the road. And it may increase. It could probably go to like 5. But for me, I'm taking the Bengals plus 4.5. Duly so to the fact that I think Cincinnati's seen this team before. They may have not seen the Rams person for person, but I think the Kansas City is as close to a replica of the Los Angeles Rams that you can get to, and you beat Kansas City at home in a hostile environment, probably one of the loudest, if not the loudest, stadiums in the United States. Meanwhile, you had a healthy Patrick Mahomes, you had a healthy defense. Tyrann Mathieu was a little bit out of sorts at that time, but I think the running game for the Bengals is going to be the highest priority. The other half too, the Bengals do something better than anybody does in the NFL, and it is the biggest weakness for the Los Angeles Rams, and that is screens. They have a great screen game where they can throw under, they can throw tunnels, they can throw delays, and I think that's going to be a big point of influence, a big part of a factor for Cincinnati to get that dub, possibly in the Super Bowl. Like I said, I'm not giving my pick yet, but I wanted to get James's thought on the bet. James, if you're putting a bet in, are you taking Cincinnati to win by 4.5 to get 4.5 points to win, or do the Rams have to win by 5 or more? If you're
putting a bet,
yeah. If you're putting a bet, so you taking plus 4.5 with the Bengals, or minus 4.5 with the Rams. So what does that mean? That means that the Bengals can lose by 4 points and still win the bet, but for the Rams, they have to win by 5 points or more to win the bet.
Ooh, that's kind of tight, ain't it?
It's tight for sure. Yeah. This is actually the biggest spread, one of the biggest spreads in the NFL that has seen in years, decades.
In the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's usually like 1 point or 2.
So the Bengals by 5 or less?
No, the Bengals can lose the game by 4 points and still win the bet.
But they can't lose by 5.
But they can't lose by 5. And Papa Romeo says it's going to be 33 to 24. That's 9 points.
Man, I don't know, man. I'd probably put I got the Rams to win. They're my pick.
So don't give your pick quite yet. I know you just did, but let's wait on that.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'd go with that, with the Rams.
You taking the Rams? You think the Rams are going to win by 5 or more?
I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'd take that.
All right. Wes and I took Cincinnati. You taking the Rams? Before we give our picks, let's get into Wes. What's your Monday special called? Show and Tell. Speaking of show and tell, let's kick it off. I'm gonna throw it over to Wes. We'll get into the memes, and after that, we will give our picks before we go off the rails. Wes, talk about it.
All right, let's go. We can start off and show my meme real quick. Put that up there.
Dang, he wanted to go first.
Surprise.
Because James always yells at me if I don't.
Womp, womp, womp.
How time you start noticing?
So, I gotta make James happy, man. Little people, they got rights too.
You damn right.
But it was just, man, watching I didn't even watch it, but I knew the Pro Bowl was going to be trash. It's just not very good. I mean, they got to figure out something else to do. I mean, if they're going to play flag football, just go ahead and line up like it's flag football.
Yeah, but that's not entertaining.
It's just not entertaining. Do something else. I mean, I don't know. The skill contest I thought was a lot better than the Pro Bowl. Do the skill contest, and then when you get to the actual Pro Bowl, you gotta figure out something else. Figure out how to do something else. Maybe just have guys just run routes against DBs or something like that.
Now, Wes, you put up a photo in our group chat that was pretty. I thought was a better idea to have a Pro Bowl exhibition would be the two teams that came in last would play a football game, and whoever lost the game or whoever won the game would get the first overall pick. That to me sounds like a better opportunity.
Yeah. But I mean, you just don't have the people in the Pro Bowl.
Right. But they could put
them on staff or something like that. They could coach the game.
I think more sense is like the skills challenge. Like those are where those kind of guys get to compete.
Yeah, I mean, you can use the guys that made it to the Pro Bowl just as you can use them as staff. So the NFC team coaches, I don't know, man. I just feel like you have to have the Pro Bowl guys on the field on that Sunday.
Maybe have a flag football game with them. And then the real game is like in prime time. It's this crappy team versus this crappy team, and whoever wins gets the overall pick. It's just ideas. It's food for thought.
Yeah, they got to do something else, man, because it's just horrible watching these dudes go half-ass. And, basically the line guys are just standing up and putting their arms out and say, hey, all right, good. You good? All right, you good.
Michael Parsons wasn't going half-ass.
Well, I mean, he said he was going to go hard. He said he was trying to be Sean Taylor.
Ain't nobody Sean Taylor.
You see what Deion said?
But that was that guy's fault, though. Why was the AFC trying to do a fake punt? I mean, you try to do a fake punt, you should get blown up like that.
Damn right. So, what did Prime say, James?
I'll get it ready.
All right. I thought you had it ready. That's why you were like, "Do you hear what Prime said?" And like, no.
I felt like it better if I just be able to.
So where did you get this? Is from his Instagram or from his Twitter? He made a statement on the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, yes, I saw that one.
He did. But I'll get it ready. We can move on if you're. Unless you want to
No. I'm ready. I want to hear what he had to say, but I just thought you had it.
I was gonna put it up on the thing for the viewers. Unless you want me to just read it.
Yeah, just read it.
All right. He said, Lord help me. I'm watching the NFL Pro Bowl, and I remember when we were so proud and appreciative of that accolade. We went to Hawaii to prove we were more than worthy, so we competed at practice and in the game. I wanted you to know that Prime was Prime. What happened and when?
I think it happened when you have $100 million contracts on the line, and if you get hurt in that game, you're potentially impacting the next season, which could be a major incident for your ball club. Now, I get what he's saying. I think I fully understand the context of what he's talking about, but if you're telling me, if Deion Sanders is telling me, I'm going to go out there and play my hardest against other grown men playing their hardest. And granted, you're not. The mindset is if you think you're going to get hurt, you are going to get hurt. And they're not going to have that mindset. But what happens if you do get hurt? And what happens if you tear your knee and it impacts your season next year? And then when the second contract comes or the third contract comes, that ball club is going to hold it against you in negotiations whenever it's time to redo your deal. So it's a business move, and I think he understands that, but he's making a point of how he did, and all due respect in the world for Deion Sanders, he just sounds like a grumpy old man. He's like, well, back in my day, we did it this way, and it's like, yeah, I get it. But y'all weren't getting paid $100 million to play the game of football.
But that's why, that's why I didn't even tune in. Like I maybe saw one highlight. I saw what's his name?
Kittle.
Mac Jones dancing in the end zone. That's literally the only.
He didn't even score.
That's the only highlight that I saw, and I just didn't care to because I saw a clip and they were just like they were playing flag football. But don't you want to see in a Pro Bowl game or like any kind of All-Star game like the best competing against each other?
No, because it's just like basketball. They're just going out there to see who can score so many points, and it's the same thing in the NFL game. All they're going out there to do is just to score points and make people look good. That's all it is about.
I mean, that would be cool to see in football.
Wasn't always like that, where they just went out there and just try to score a bunch of.
But it is. It's like that currently, right?
But yeah, it's like that currently. But I think last year or something like that, they changed it up. They changed the format, and they had the dudes out there playing for charities and stuff like that. And they were actually, I think, who was it? Kyle Lowry actually took a charge. Like they were playing hard. So hopefully they keep that up. But I mean, I get what you're saying. I get that, guys have contracts and they don't want to get hurt in a game that doesn't mean anything. But they got to figure it out. They got to, maybe I don't know, man. Maybe change the Pro Bowl. I don't know. Maybe change the college All-Star game to the Pro Bowl and have just the Pro Bowl guys there on the field with the guys or something like that, coaching and helping. But I don't know, man. You got to change something up because that's just hard to watch. I can't watch it. I don't watch it.
I think what I'm hearing from a lot of people, especially, and it's evident with y'all too, is that y'all are going into this trying to watch a real game, and I'm not. I'm going in there to just see what kind of theatrics are going to happen. To me, it's like watching a movie. It's not real. It's all fake. There's no substance. It's just entertainment, and that's what I go in to watch it for.
It's the NFL. It's what you expect from the NFL, right?
No.
Like if you want to watch a movie, go watch a movie,
right? But here's the thing: this isn't a game. I'm not to censor you, Wes. What I'm saying is that this is something that you're watching to be entertained by. It's not something to watch the discipline of football. And I think that's what everybody's kind of getting lost with it. And that's fine. I don't mind being alone on my soapbox doing this. But at the end of the day, does the NFL have a problem? Yeah, their All-Star game sucks. But that's for them to figure out. It's not for the players to figure out. And that's the difference. It's like whenever the NFL wants to figure it out, they will. But until people stop watching it, and y'all said y'all didn't, I did. Until people like me stop watching it, ain't going to change. It's just not. Because the consequence of one of those players getting hurt affects the player. It's a business decision. And everybody sees that, but it's because those owners will hold it against that player. It's like, well, why did you play so hard? You got hurt in the All-Star game. Well, because I'm a man and I play the game of football, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, your manhood just cost you tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah. I get that, but from their perspective, but like from my perspective as a fan watching at home, it just doesn't urge me to
And you're not going to turn it on. And that's okay. That's understandable. Yeah. And Wes is over there like
it'd be more enjoyable if they played Madden. If they sat down and played Madden.
They did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
You know what they need to bring back? That skills challenge where like they just like bomb the ball across the field as far as they can. See who can like throw the ball the farthest.
They had a quarterback skills challenge. It was like 40, 50 yards. Yeah.
No, but
they were throwing to targets outside of the boundary.
I want to see like at the end of the goal line, and then just like who can just throw the ball the farthest.
Yeah, they had that. They had like a 60, 70 yard attempt. But like the big throwers aren't going to be in there because if they throw their arm out, you hurt yourself. There you go.
All right.
Until the players want to do those types of things, the fans aren't going to get what they want.
So the question is, come on, who the hell has thrown their arm out, like throwing a football as far as they can?
Nobody.
You know what I mean?
Nobody.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
but it's the potential risk is the problem. The other half of the thing is, y'all know the Pro Bowl means absolutely shit, right?
Yeah.
What you really need to be concerned with is who made all pro. Because the Pro Bowl is just the writers say, oh, I think this guy's great. And you're basing the Pro Bowl selection on writers. It's like, okay. Yeah. But the All-Pro is different. Maybe they need to have an All-Pro game. Maybe it'll be different.
I mean, you look at the NBA All-Star, it's almost just as bad now because they're doing the fan vote. Like some kind of way, Luka got held out of the starting lineup in the West in NBA.
Yeah.
That's a popularity contest.
Come on.
It's the same thing with the NFL.
Just like LeBron has the most or consecutive All-Star appearances or leading the All-Star game votes or something like that. It's a popularity contest.
Yeah, and he's missed how many games? KD, he got the East, and he missed how many games? It's like, yeah, it's ridiculous.
All right, Wes, who's up next with the show and tell?
Oh, I will go with Paul.
Yeah, I like mine. Hello. So here we got they calling them the Commodores. I thought he said, or they call them the Commanders. I think they call them the Commodores. He goes, what does it say at the end? I can't read it.
My bad.
Carry on. Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with the Lionel Richie with the Commodores. I can't see it because Wes's big head's in the way. There we go.
Bro.
Hey man, if you have one, you can say it. It's okay. I got big head too. Look, I got these two buttons at the end. They fixing to pop off. Just saying.
Oh, mine is one size fits all.
Yeah, I ain't got that.
My head looks big is because I got hair. Without the hair, my head's not that big.
Okay. All right, who's next?
Wait. That's all you got to say about you?
Hello. Is it you I'm looking for?
Is that the go-to songs you go for the Commodores? That's Lionel Richie.
I gotta say along.
You gotta go with something. There you go. That's a lot better. But yeah, you gotta go with something from the Commodores, not Lionel Richie.
Don't be testing my Lionel Richie Commodores knowledge, sir.
I'm just saying.
I'm bona fide. You hear me? Bona fide.
I'm just saying. You gotta know the difference.
Shoot.
I remember that music video. Hello?
Yeah.
Y'all were probably too young to remember.
What you know about Hello?
It was and he apparently he was trying to hook up with this blind chick. That's what I remember.
Yeah, she was blind.
It was kind of weird. It was a weird video.
Blonde or blind?
She's blind.
Blind.
I just said blonde. I was like, you talking about Wes?
Yeah. And she did a sculpture of Lionel Richie. But she could do it from just feeling his face.
Mingo said Wes is Booker T. Wes, do this for me real quick. 5 times. Take your hat off.
Anyway. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, get some respect around here.
You're wearing a damn Nintendo controller shirt. What are you talking about respect?
What? You don't have respect for Nintendo?
Yeah, when I was 6.
Anyway, let's go, James. Let's see what you brought us today.
Okay. Today I have a meme. It says, the Giants and Broncos letting Brian Flores interview for their head coaching jobs. And it is a child playing with the remote controller unplugged.
That's bad.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up, right?
That's horrible. Spot on, but it's horrible.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember I had friends and their kids. We would play Mario Kart, and their kids always want to play Mario Kart. So we would just give them a controller, and they'd be like, "Ooh, I want this person." So they, we'd pick the right person, but they weren't really controlling it. And then somebody else brought their kids over, and they found out that we were doing that. They were pissed.
You've done that before, James?
Oh, dude, yeah, for
sure. You can do that tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I was trying to give a little segue to your return to the streams.
I didn't know you saw that. You didn't like it.
What do you play, James?
Excuse me.
PS4. I play mainly this game. It's called Apex Legends.
No, okay.
Yeah.
He's a nerd. It's okay.
Yeah. Apparently, you're talking to another one.
I mean, kind of. He's wearing a remote control.
I'm a nerd. I played Nintendo.
Revenge of the Nerds. That's what's gonna be like.
I feel like that's like a shirt you got like on the side of the highway. Like if you stand up, it's gonna say.
Nah, bro. He got that at Target. That's what that Target bag had.
I feel like if
he
stands up, it's gonna say like, I play these bitches like I play Nintendo or some shit like that.
You always gotta cuss, God. All right. Tell him, James. Tell him, Wes. He over here. I know when Wes is gonna cuss because he gets all like animated real quick, and it's usually when we do the next question segment. He always gets. He was like, "You mother." I was just like, "Yep, here it comes." I can kind of see it just getting going in his head.
Start sounding like Joe Pesci.
Just like I'm freaking.
I don't cuss.
Yeah, boy, you homeboy, you lying.
Do I?
No, you don't. You have an out-of-body experience. You put that mask on that's over your left shoulder, and then you come back, and then when you come back in, you're just acting like nothing happened. And then be like, oh, yeah, it wasn't me. It was such and such and such and such. Meanwhile, you're wearing the same clothes.
I think I cussed tonight, at least.
Yeah, you did.
Sometimes James gets me angry, man. A little man.
Man, I'll tell you what. When y'all two get into it, going back and forth, I just can't help. I just die laughing. But sometimes I'm in the middle of that, just like stirring the pot.
You lure us, you lure us into there, and then
I walk you down this dark hallway. I'm like, here you go, boys.
And you just step away,
and then I just lock the door.
Self-defense.
Self-defense.
James, he likes to attack, man.
Good luck proving that in court.
Let me tell you, James gonna say, let me just. He just gets all animated into it. I love it. All right, guys, 24 minutes after the hour. Let's get a quick 4-minute break. When we come back, we'll give our picks. We'll get off the rails. We'll talk about Jackass Forever, right? Not 4, but Forever.
Forever.
Was Bam in there? Was there any kind of like cameos? We'll find out when we come back, right?
Right.
Well, that's what you... we'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show. Lots of controversy from last year's Super Bowl tied into the Paul Rodriguez Show from Pops and Shots. Pearson prognostication got crossed, but we have audio from their show for this year. We'll go ahead and play a sound bit real quick, courtesy of Pops and Shots, just so there's no ambiguity into who called and who predicted what score. Shout out to the fellas over there for letting us use this audio, courtesy of Pops and Shots.
So this is on record. This is on record now. We're not stealing it from another show like last year. Just wanted to throw that out there.
You stole it from another show?
No, that was that thing that
you got called out for.
Yeah.
Oh, God, was that a year already?
That was a year already.
Who called you out?
The Paul Rodriguez Show. Not calling him out or anything. Like, we're not trying to beef or anything. We'll go visit them if they want us.
War's bad for business.
No, I mean war's good honestly, but yeah, we put this on record now. We have not heard any other predictions. That's why I want to get it a week ahead of time.
Yeah, no shit before everybody else. Yeah. Everybody does it next week. Let's do it this week.
I'll probably predict the score again. I predicted the Patriots game against.
What did I even say? 38-32. Yeah.
All right. Want no beef, huh? All right. No problem. No worries.
Tell them to bring it. Shit.
Wes is like, I'm about it. Wes over here. You about it, Wes? You ready to go? Wes is ready to go to war already. We had a little discussion. We had talks. We all right. They've been by the studio, not all together, but individually. They came by and we had little discussions. Nothing crazy, nothing controversial, but I appreciate you ready to ride for the brand. I appreciate that.
Paul
I ain't raised no punk. Come on.
That's right. Well, no. I ain't set nobody straight. We had conversation. Everybody was adults about it. So, keep it moving. I'm just saying.
I'm kidding.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You ready to ride. I appreciate that. I see where you stand. You loyal. I see you. Right. That's a loyal general right there. Ready to pick up arms.
If they want some, I'll load up the gator. We can ride out right now.
Don't talk no stuff. Won't be no stuff. Is that what you're talking about, Wes? What you drinking? Truly over there?
We go old school breakdance.
What's in the background?
Oh, is that me?
What?
Yeah, I was like, come on, bro. You're supposed to be the engineer over there.
I changed my settings.
Getting audio from other shows on the show, gonna get a copyright.
That's our show.
Oh, that was our show?
Yeah.
We get a copyright on our show then.
That'll be the day.
All right, fellas, let's pivot real quick. Let's get into the Super Bowl predictions. If you want to give a score, by all means, go ahead. But you got to pick a winner. There ain't no ties, Wes. What would happen if there was a tie?
Hey, drop a prediction in the comments, and if you hit score and everything, Paul Rodriguez will give you $100.
Bet.
All right.
So if you predict the score right and the winner right, $100. Get you some of that.
Yeah.
But it's got to be in the comments below. Just gonna say, got to be in the comments. You got to take a screenshot. Just saying.
And you got to like the video.
Sure. Show enough. For sure you right on. All right, Wes. You pick who gets to go first and give their prediction.
All right. We're going to start off with my boy, my man, James. Who you got?
He knew it. He called it right when you were going to say it. He's like, he's going to pick James.
No, because the last segment, who did I pick? Man, you gotta lighten up a little bit, man. I get it. You're short, you're angry, but every once in a while, dude, you gotta lighten up.
Hey,
I mean, Papa Romeo said you're a lighter. So lighten up.
God, look at him. I don't know why y'all.
You don't be beefing with people in the stores, right?
Wes, here you go again.
You don't be
Wes.
beefing with nobody in the stores like that one dude on that video, right?
No.
Talking about 5 foot women disrespecting women and 5 foot, and
I had a couple people, couple rude customers over the weekend, so
you be getting belly to belly with. Well, you ain't got no belly, so you been getting like chest to chest with them or something.
Didn't even bother, man.
Don't waste your time.
Don't waste my time.
Okay, all right, sir. Get after it.
I'm gonna go with 2024 Rams.
2024 Rams.
Yeah.
All right, you get to pick the next person.
Paul.
All right, I'm going Cincinnati Bengals 30-28. Late field goal for the Bengals to win the game at the end of the game. 30-28. Wes?
You paying us $100 too?
Fuck no.
God. But why you always got to be cussing, man?
Because I gotta make my point real firm.
Man, it's tough. You got to lead with the heart. You got to lead with the mind.
You have one?
I'm a you go. Anyway, I'm going to go with the Bengals, and I'm going to go with the Bengals 27-24.
27-24. You like that field goal, don't you? Yeah, I like the field goal too.
You're going with who?
It seems like a trend. The Bengals.
Cincinnati.
Thought it said the bagels.
The Bengals. Ain't nothing wrong with bagels, bro. Bagels delicious.
I mean,
that's
a pretty good bagel.
What kind of bagels you like?
Here he goes.
Hey man, you don't be talking about food with no fat kid on the show. I'm just saying. What you talking about? What kind of bagels you talking about? Plain? You talking about onion? You talking about French onion? What you talking about? Oatmeal raisin?
French onion, but I mean, I'm talking about loaded. You know, like one of the breakfast bagels where you got like the.
You talking about cream cheese, smoked salmon?
I don't know about no smoked salmon now, but I'll try it.
It's delicious. James, you about that bagel life or what?
I haven't had one in years, but yeah, I'm down. I used to eat them as a kid.
Then you talking about that cinnamon raisin? I like that cinnamon raisin.
I think they were just plain cream cheese.
Cream cheese, any kind of jelly?
For sure. Maybe a little grape strawberry jelly or something on there.
So okay, let's talk about this real quick. Grape jelly versus strawberry jelly. When's the application necessary for grape? Anytime.
Hey, it's grape every time for me.
Oh, okay.
I always go grape jelly.
Okay, grape all the time.
I mean, but strawberry ain't bad. I just like grape jelly better. Man.
Okay, so what's the go-to for James? It don't gotta be grape or strawberry. What is it, like apricot? Is it pineapple?
No, it's grape. It's grape or strawberry.
Grape or strawberry?
Yeah, but I don't care. I mean,
we talking about jelly. We talking about jam because jelly don't shake like jam. I'm just saying. What we talking about?
I guess jam.
Wes, jelly or jam?
Oh, I definitely got to go jelly.
You like the jelly?
I don't know. Yeah,
I like it all.
Like jam is too. Yeah.
But if I have a preference, it's strawberry. It's strawberry preserves. I mean, I need that fruit like in my jam. Just saying.
I didn't know that.
Yes, we know Canelo. We know you know that. Thank you for chiming in. But yeah, man. I mean, especially with cream cheese. Gosh, dog. Even if you just do butter and preserve. But see, on a peanut butter jelly, on a peanut butter sandwich, what are we talking about? Grape jelly, crunchy peanut butter?
Crunchy.
Crunchy. I like crunchy.
Gotta be crunchy.
Oh, we all like, okay, so Wes, you talking about grape and crunchy peanut butter?
Crunchy. Yeah.
Strawberry crunchy or grape crunchy?
Whatever.
Yeah,
whatever's strawberry. I guess if someone had a gun in my head and I had to pick one, strawberry.
Okay. Yeah, I'm picking strawberry first.
Do you toast the bread or you just do it?
It depends. It depends on what kind of mood I'm feeling because I do appreciate like warm, creamy, crunchy peanut butter. I appreciate that. It's like heaven.
Dude, damn. Hey, last time, as you heard on Dark Side, you had me. I done went to Whataburger and I had the experience of a lifetime. Not the experience of a lifetime. I had a shitty experience.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a burger because I've been trying not to eat. Or I haven't been for like months now.
I haven't had a burger and fries in 2 weeks. I'm craving, like I am craving it, like hard. I haven't had one
in 2 hours.
You can tell.
Man, that's my weakness right
Moving
there.
on.
But so how come you didn't get what did you get at Whataburger?
I got those like chicken tenders that they got. I got ripped off.
Yeah, that's a joke and a half.
Yeah,
they're pretty good on the honey barbecue, the honey chicken strip sandwich. They're pretty good on that.
I got a honey mustard sauce because they didn't have gravy and they didn't have change. But this was before I went to. So I'll tell y'all the story again. So I went. y'all got me all worked up. I was salivating when I left here, and went and picked up my girl. I was like, "Hey, let's go to Whataburger." She's like, "All right, cool." Went to Whataburger, and the line was kind of long. He's like, "You know what? I'm gonna go to McDonald's instead." Went to McDonald's. Go ahead and put my camera on. Went to McDonald's.
Good.
I pull up. There's nobody there. They have a sign on the little speaker, and it says, due to maintenance issues or something like that, they're only serving drinks and pastries.
Did you ask about ice cream?
No.
Okay.
Well, go figure. It's going to be down.
Probably.
Yeah. So I was like, dude, really? I was like, I didn't want to believe it. The lady comes on, just to let you know we have. All right, cool. Later. So I drive off.
What time are we talking about right now?
10:59. And the reason I know that is because my girl was like, why don't you just go to Dairy Queen? Dairy Queen closes at 11. And I was like,
10:59.
Yeah, but by the time I got over there, it was already 11. And she was like, the sign's still open because McDonald's over here. You can go to a little where Aaron's is at.
Yeah.
And just when we were going over there, they shut the sign off. And I don't like to hassle restaurants that like close,
especially because they got clean.
Yeah, because I work at a restaurant myself, and I know what it's like. When people, you're getting ready to close down. Don't expect the best when they're about to close down.
Why don't you just go get Domino's?
That's pizza.
It's fast food.
You gotta wait like.
They close at 1 a.m.
You got to wait like 10, 15 minutes, and Domino's isn't my favorite here in town.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
You got to wait just that long to get in the Whataburger line.
No shit.
Yeah, especially like drunk and high people are over there in line. I'm not one of them.
You're not one of them. You're not one of them either, Wes. Don't worry. You're not one of them. We ain't judging you.
So then go to Whataburger, have no choice, pull around, and I'm like, I came for a burger because that's what I was hungry for, but I'm like, second guess, shouldn't have no bread this late because I was going to pass out in like 30 minutes or an hour. Probably shouldn't have nothing that late, but.
Why'd you get grilled chicken sandwich?
It's bread.
Why'd you get grilled chicken sandwich with no bread?
I was joking with my girl. I was like, I should just like pull up and be like, hey, could I get a number one? Yeah. Can you like without the buns?
Yeah, just do a keto.
And then just be like,
people do it all the time.
Can you just wrap that in like a big old thing of salad for me? Like a lettuce?
Yeah.
Yeah, people do that all the time.
My manhood won't let me.
You can get a wheat bun. They got a grilled chicken sandwich with a wheat bun.
Yeah. I don't know. So I fucked up, ordered the chicken tenders.
You ordered breaded chicken tenders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got like a little bit of chicken tender, like meat, and then the rest was just like breaded.
The place to go to in town for chicken tenders is Golden. If you ain't going to Golden, you're fooling yourself.
You don't like Chicken Express?
Nah,
it's garbage. Garbage, bro. The quantity for the same price. You go up. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna put you on game real quick. You go to Golden. And you order very nicely. You say, I go, good afternoon, may I have? May I have? Not can I have, not let me get. May I have?
You think that makes a difference?
Oh, I'm going to tell you right now it makes a difference. You say, may I have a 4-piece tender, and may I have French fries with that and a Big Red, please? Please. Okay, sir, you're told to be $7.48. So I know because I'll be ordering that. You go through, you say, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And when I get my box of food and I get my spice and I get my ketchup and I get to the house, I got an 8-piece in my box. And maybe it's because of my size. Maybe it is. But you know what? I was courteous. I was nice. I said please and thank you. And more food was in my box than it regularly would have been if I hadn't been saying all that.
You be kissing that ass at the drive-thru.
Hey, man, if you make their life easy because they're dealing with jerks all day, they're going to treat you. You take care of them, they're going to take care of you. I'm just saying, it has worked in every sense of my life. It's works.
How do you know it's that?
Because I've tried it the other way. I've been like an asshole. Like whenever I order food, or I'll be like, hey, can you give me the check? And it's like all the charges are on there. But if you say, excuse me, when you get a chance, may I have my check? Some drinks may not be on the ticket. Like, some things may not be on everything on there.
Like when you asked me to get something done for the show.
You just got to treat. Listen, if you treat people well, they'll take care of you in the long run. It's just something I've learned over life.
Yeah, working at a restaurant and stuff. I can be having a bad day and just someone coming in nice and I greet everyone the same. How you doing?
Right.
And all of that. And if they're like really polite, like I'm like, man, dude, like it almost gives me like a hope for humanity because I feel like sometimes I feel like the majority of people are assholes, but like I feel like actually like 60% of people are like know how to treat another human being, and it's not hard.
No, and I think a lot of it has to do with people in the food industry, like people who are not in the food industry. Wes, you can maybe appreciate this. People who are not in the service industry, a lot of people look down on them like, oh, you're my server, like you're my servant. You do what I say, and I think that's a whole load of shit. It's like, you treat that person with as much courtesy and respect, and they're going to take care of you at the end of the day. I'm not saying they're going to make your meal free, but there may be an add-on that didn't get on the ticket. There may be a drink that, especially if you're ordering a bunch of drinks, a couple drinks may not always be on there.
Yeah.
And if you let them know, or if you're a regular and you leave big tips, a few drinks may not be on the ticket. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so that's where I'm kind of going with it is if you just treat people with a little bit of courtesy, especially when you know the mass majority of humans can treat that person who's taking their money like an asshole.
It's not hard.
Even when it's not their fault. Like, it's not their fault that your order was wrong. It was maybe somebody in the kitchen who swapped the order. Maybe the runner got it wrong. Maybe the person gave you the wrong box or the wrong bag. And it's like, why are you chewing this person out? They're just bringing it to you. Yeah. Just say please and thank you. Yeah. And if there's a problem, yeah, go in there and be like, hey, I think I got the wrong food. Is there any way I can get it, taken care of? Yeah, I'm sorry. We're happy to do that, blah, blah. Just putting it out there like that.
Oh yeah, dude. Don't get me started on people being mean to people for no reason. I mean, I got so many stories about that stuff. I mean, I had to go off. I didn't have to go off on this lady, but I went off on it anyway. But she started yelling at the food runner that her wings were wrong, and she wasn't the one that put the order in wrong. The bartender put the order in wrong, but this lady got an attitude with this young lady that was a food runner, and she goes back crying. And I was like, you know what? I won't say what I said. But I said, you can leave. If you don't like it, you can leave. Right. That's plain and simple.
Yep.
Well, I need to talk to corporate. Go ahead and talk to corporate. My name is Wes Washington. You tell them how rude you were and how mean that you were to this young lady and made her cry.
Yep.
You put that in there.
It's real easy to be a jerk whenever you've had a bad day. Like, just because you had a bad day doesn't mean you have to create someone else to have a bad day also.
Yeah. Here's my deal, man. Whenever I'm having a bad day, I tell myself, dude, like everyone else goes through shit. Everyone, like, I'm not special. I'm not the only one. Yep. As far as I'm concerned, everyone's having a bad day. Yep. So whenever someone walks up, how you doing? Wipe the slate clean. You know what I mean? That's it.
Because you just don't know what that, and you don't know what that person's going through.
Sure.
You don't know what's going on in their home life. You don't know what's going on in their professional life. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what they have in the background. There's people are dealing with shit all the time, and it's like, if you're going to contribute to their misery, like, shame on you.
Let me ask you something now.
Yeah, I have to work on that with the road rage, though. Too.
I get it. I get the road rage. I don't drive a lot, but I can empathize with you.
So when you go out to eat somewhere, I don't know how often you go out to eat, like your server, how long before, like, do you give them, like, call them strikes, if you will, before you start, like, okay, like, I'm going to start taking, because I usually start like at 20 tip, and then I work my way down from there. Or if they exceed, I will work my way up from there, but it's got to be like really good. You know what I mean? How, like, do you put up with a certain amount before you start, like, okay, like, almost like your tips going down?
So I have two settings. I have a bar setting and I have a restaurant dining setting. My bar setting is 125%. We start at 125. And then it'll slowly go down. For the restaurant setting, it's 45%, and those are where I start. And you're either gonna go low or you're gonna go high, and it just depends. I take into consideration, what time am I dining? Is it busy? What does the customer look like? What kind of restaurant is it?
What do you mean look like?
Like, what does the clientele look like? Like, are we at Waffle House or are we at a Prime Steakhouse? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where are we? What are we doing? What are we looking like here? And then we'll just work down from there. We'll either work up or work down. And usually with bars, I'm more strict because I'm starting so high. And depending on how it is, like, usually I leave 50% at bars. Like, usually it's 50%. At restaurants, it's usually about 20. We'll end up at 20. And it just depends. Like, if I have to call you over, that's a problem. If my drink gets empty, that's a problem.
How long till your drink gets empty until they refill it? Will you like be like?
I don't say anything.
But like, so
give me the situation. My drink's empty.
Yeah. So you said, like, if my drink gets empty, that's a problem. So, like, right away, as soon as you take the last, like, and then you set it down, is that a problem?
That's a big problem.
Oh, that right there.
If it's like,
okay,
if I'm a quarter,
yeah, okay, I got you.
It's time for a new drink.
I got you.
And at the bar, it's different. If they see me like a quarter of my cup and they say, "Can I get you another one?" That's perfect. But if I'm at a restaurant and I get to like a quarter of my tea or a quarter of my beverage, and they don't come, and I get to the end and it's empty, that's a big problem. But like
non-alcoholic drinks, it should never be a problem for them to keep full.
Yeah,
if it gets to I mean, that's basically the way you're trained anyway. You're not even asked to even say if they want. Usually, if it with me, you ask if the kids can have another drink, but the grown-ups, you just go ahead and refill it.
Right.
They say they don't want it. I mean, it ain't nothing. That's soda. You'll chunk it, whatever.
But we're also talking about your attitude as a server. Like, are you attentive? Like, are you courteous? Like, are you put together? I'm not saying you got to be like super groomed, but like, you can't be a server and like your hair is everywhere, right? You can't look unkept. And so those are just kind of the things like, is your uniform dirty? Is it super dirty? Do you need a new apron? Those are just kind of housekeeping things. But
because you don't want to see those stains on the apron and that kind of stuff. Because it just looks terrible.
But if it's like super busy, I'm not gonna be like, "Where's my food?" No, I'm just gonna be like, if they come back and be like, "Hey," and if they come and check on me, they're like, "Hey, we're running a little behind, we're a little busy." I'm like, "Yeah, no problem, appreciate it." Yeah. And they're like, "Here's some more bread." I'm like, "Here's some more chips and salsa." As long as you make me comfortable, like we're golden.
What if you got like all the stains on your apron just because you've been busting your ass and you haven't had a chance to go and grab a new one?
Yeah. Is it 10 o'clock at night, or is it 1 o'clock in the afternoon? All these different factors play into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can tell how stains are, what are old stains and what are new.
Yeah.
I mean
we're kind of deep, that's a deep dive on like my dining experience, but yeah, it's usually if I'm at a bar and I'm a regular, like I'm usually leaving 75 to 50% tip, just because that's just the way I roll. Because the next time, 2 or 3 drinks aren't going to end up on my bill. It's kind of like I'm paying for it in advance, but I know this tip money is how this person survives to pay their bills.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I understand that.
Yeah.
And so like I'm going to come have drinks at the bar, but at the same time, it's like, I know this person has a light bill to pay, a car note to pay,
kids to feed.
I mean, you just don't know. I mean, not in Wes's case, but you just don't know.
And then also, I mean, a lot of stuff people don't realize is that some of that money, they don't keep all of that.
Yeah. And sometimes you got to split.
You got to fifth out and all that kind of stuff. And yeah. So especially if you're tipping on the credit card. If you're tipping on the credit card,
yeah, you got to tip cash.
And a lot of times now the way they're doing it, they're not giving them the cash for the credit cards at the end of the night. They're giving it to them on a check.
Yeah,
you get the cash tips, but the credit card tips are not doing it anymore where they pay out. They're putting it on a check, and then they're actually taking taxes out of it, and no telling how much tax they're taking out of it, because the restaurant, they don't want to have to be on the other end of paying for it. So they're definitely going to be telling them, hey, are you claiming enough, this and that? We always have to be on them for that. It's like, hey, you need to tell this person they need to claim more. That's what corporate would say and this kind of stuff. So, but I mean, it really is about, that's the reason a lot of times when I go out, I go to places where I know people.
Yep.
I really don't like to go to places where I don't know anybody. Right now here, I got 2 places, or maybe 3, because I know this other girl, she works at another spot. Every once in a while, I'll go see her. If it's me paying, I go to the places where I know. When there's a boss man playing, shit, we can go wherever you want to go. I ain't worried about a thing.
Ain't worried about a thing. But Wes, when's the last time you had to establish yourself at a bar? When was the last time you had to do that?
I mean, you talking about?
You didn't know anybody. You didn't know any servers. You didn't know any bartenders. When's the last time you had to do that?
When I moved here, September, I found me a place. It's Geckos at Windhaven, man. It's my spot. They got some good bar food. They got pizza. They got good burgers and stuff like that. Plus, they got golden tea, and they got some good-looking waitresses also.
You don't need to give them a commercial, bro. We're just talking about how you establish yourself.
I'm just saying. That's why I got into the place, and like I've found my little groove with most of the staff. They understand me and make jokes together and stuff like that.
That's cool.
So that's what I'm saying. Like they were cool people, but
right.
I don't like going to the other place. Usually, a lot of times, if I don't see anybody that I know that's working that night, I walk right back out.
Okay.
I'm not, or
Okay.
I'm gonna get my food to go and just have like one drink.
Gotcha.
But if I I know when my girls are working like that, I go in there and I'll eat. I'll stay there for a while, especially if I don't have another fare for a while. I'll stay there, play Golden Tee, and they take care of me.
I find it easier to establish relationships with female bartenders a lot easier than male bartenders. It's just a fact of life.
Yeah.
I get both.
Got a comment over here.
A comment?
We got a comment over here from Carla. She said that is BS to whatever you were saying, Wes.
Okay. Yeah, we don't know what you was talking. We don't know what you're talking about. Anyway,
where'd she go?
Anyway, moving on. Let's pivot real quick. Jackass. Was there a cameo by Bam or no?
No, he wasn't in the.
Yeah,
he wasn't in the movie at all. There was a couple of issues they had with him. Apparently,
he's in rehab, right? Like he's really bad off.
Yeah, he's not doing so good. From what I've heard, I don't know if he's in rehab, but I know he's not doing so good. However, at the end, like in the credits, they did show like some old clips because I get the feeling this is the last Jackass film. I mean, they're all older, but they did bring in. They do have some new blood, about like four people.
Yeah,
one woman that I don't know what they plan on doing, but I was like, oh, okay, they're bringing in some new blood. So I don't know if what this means for the future, but they did show like at the end they showed old clips because they did some stunts that they did in the first Jackass film, which was over 20 years ago.
Right.
I think 20 years ago exactly. And then they kind of showed like the updated ones, and Bam was featured in, probably about 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
So he wasn't like missing all the way, but he was in there. It was cool, man. Like I went in there, I was like, man, like I wasn't like, oh, it was great.
Was it real nostalgic?
Yeah.
Brought up some old memories.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. I've always been a fan of Jackass, like part of my childhood, watching it on MTV, and then they're making a movie, and it was badass seeing them on the big screen. So
right.
I had to go check it out, and I think it was the weekend's top box office. I heard that they doubled their production. Their production budget.
Really?
Yeah. So that's good for them, man. Those guys have been doing it for 20 years.
More.
Yeah, grown up, doing all that stuff.
I couldn't hang out with those dudes, man. There's no way.
That's what I was thinking to myself.
You can't trust anything.
Wes, what are you scared of most, Wes?
Oh, I'd be like, Bam, dude, the snake thing.
You don't like snakes?
Dude,
Thank you.
Do you like them?
I don't mind snakes.
No.
Bro, I was in junior high. Listen, I was in junior high, and I put in our biology class, our teacher had like a 6-foot python, and she would tell everybody like, "Hey, let's take a picture." Nobody was doing it, and even I chickened out the first time. And then, of course, the girls were like, "Oh, who's a man? Who's a man?" My dumb ass. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm a man. So sure enough, I walked up there and they were like, "Oh, if you take a picture, we'll put it in the yearbook." My diva ass went there. I was like, "Put that bad boy in there," and so I put the python on my shoulders, and they took a photo. I'm like, "That's right."
Nice.
Hey man,
hey,
you do stupid things for women. I'm just saying. Started back then, ain't changed now.
Carla said she was talking about one of his girls about the tips for wait staff.
Okay. Yeah.
What?
Doesn't matter.
No, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Back to Jackass.
Man, I can't mess with snakes. But also, man, they're practical jokes. They kind of go a little bit too far. I'm all about playing practical jokes on people or whatever. But like some of those, man, they go way too far. And you got to be like, I just wouldn't be happy about it, Like Bam used to do his parents wrong. Is his dad still alive or his dad?
Yeah, his dad's still alive. Don Vito's dead though.
I know Don Vito. Yeah, I figured he was. Don Vito, he was bad. I figured Phil would have had a heart attack by now, man. He used to do some evil things to Phil, man.
I remember one.
I saw.
Go ahead, Wes. Go ahead.
Oh well, I remember the one where it's like Phil was going to work, and I mean it's early morning, and he's like half awake, got out of bed, just feeling horrible, man, and he set off the fireworks inside his van, and I was like, that's just horrible. Phil literally shit his pants.
That's not the worst one to me. The worst one to me is when Bam and Ryan Dunn and Rab, they dug a hole in the yard, and Phil had to go mow the lawn, and they put leaves over the hole with the cardboard. And this man he's got to be 400 plus, right? Phil's got to be 400 plus pounds. He's on this little rinky-dink riding lawnmower, and he goes head first. I'm like, this dude's gonna break his neck falling into the hole. And then they got, Dunn wasn't there. Dunn didn't do it. Well, anyways, then Phil and Dunn raced, and they made Ryan Dunn run over where the hole was. And he literally snaps his leg. Not quite, not all the way, but it looks like he snaps his leg when he falls in the hole. They just did some outlandish stuff to each other.
Yeah, they randomly between skits, it seemed like everyone just had a taser, and they would just tase each other.
Dude. Oh hell no!
What's your biggest phobia? What's your biggest fear?
Man, I don't know, man.
James is tough, dude.
Claustrophobia.
I mean, yeah, I can't get claustrophobic.
What makes you uncomfortable?
Yeah, I don't know, being here. Nah, I'm just kidding. Nah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't really care for
stuff makes you frustrated more than angry, right?
Yeah. I don't really care for roller coasters or jumping out of my girl wants to go skydiving, and I'm like, nah, I'll be waiting for you at the bottom.
You ain't skydiving.
No.
I'm skydiving.
Okay.
What about base jumping? Those guys who jump off the cliffs to go in the water. So you got your fear of heights.
That's even better.
So you have a fear of heights.
That's even worse because you can if you base jump, you can hit the side of the building or the cliff or whatever you're jumping off of. So I'm not doing that.
So you got a fear of heights.
Probably.
Maybe you have a fear of falling more than a fear of heights.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have some crazy dreams too. Yeah.
I don't know.
But why do anything to take a chance on your life, man? It's already hard enough to be alive, especially as a black man. Know what skydiving is for me?
What?
Driving in an all-white neighborhood.
Oh man, here you go. Here you go. You was living in Plano. You was living in Plano, my guy. Gated neighborhood. Don't give me that bull malarkey.
I think I was nervous, man.
Bro, get out of here. You had your own You probably had your own police service over there too, didn't you? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Look at you.
It's nervous for a black man.
Man, you full of it.
Hey, they get a black man in Jackass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually have his dad who was in prison for a while, and they get him on there and they do this tarantula stunt where they have him and this other guy that was in the majority of the stunts. Man, that guy, I hope he got paid. They just wrecked that guy. And so anyways, they're there and they got a fishbowl on their head with a tube attached to it. So they're at each side and they drop some kind of venomous spider right in the middle. And so they're blowing at it, trying to blow it in each other's face, and it ends up getting on the guy that was in prison. It ends up getting on him.
Black dude.
And he's terrified.
Freaking out, right?
Yeah, he almost passed out, dude.
I can see Wes getting freaked the fuck out. So here's a spoiler alert. Here's a spoiler alert. Wes, what'd you say?
You think? Hell yeah, I'd be pissed, man.
If they gave you $100,000, you wouldn't do that stunt?
Man, you gone somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
I'll pay to see that.
Ain't
facts.
Doing that. No.
All right. Anyway, moving on.
What if you got to do the challenge with the gummy bear?
So here's the thing.
Why?
So here's the thing. Francis Ngannou was in the movie too, and he punched. Who does he punch?
That dude. What's his name?
Anyways, he punched some dude in the groin. So.
Oh no.
And then later on, that same actor has salmon and honey poured all over him, and a bear comes out, and he's strapped to the chair. What happened?
No.
What happened with the bear?
What happened with the bear was, he almost bit his dick off.
He almost chomped it. Because they put the salmon right in his lap, right?
Yeah.
Right by his crotch.
Yeah, they first of all they covered him in honey. I don't know if that was just to go along with the portrayal, that bears like honey, and then they put salmon on it all over his genitalia.
Nope.
Yeah. Let's see, who was the one he punched?
Nah, man, I don't understand it. They got to be paying these people up front. There's no way I'm doing any of this stuff if I'm not getting my money up front. Are you kidding me? No, man. If these dudes don't get paid for this stuff, if whoever did this stuff and don't get paid, man, that's gonna be a tragedy. That's because didn't they fuck Steve-O over like in the beginning or something like that? Steve-O wouldn't get
Steve-O was really strung out on drugs, so who knows who was telling the truth.
It was Aaron McGahee.
Yeah,
the one they punched. Yeah, and that dude does a lot. Like
he does a lot of like crazy stuff.
Him, man. Yeah. They also did this one where they so they got him in a room and they were like, hey, there's this venomous like some kind of like I think it was like I don't know my snakes. Diamond snake or some shit.
Diamondback?
Yeah, probably a diamondback. Yeah, and he's in like this small little like barrel, like probably about this size.
And it's that dude Aaron?
Well, no, there's like multiple of them.
A few people.
Yeah, they did it a few times. There was 2 people in the room. They did it, so there was a total of 6 people. They got it separate times, 2 at a time.
Yeah.
And they were like, so they set up this fake prank, this fake stunt. They're like, Johnny Knoxville was gonna put an Oreo on his head. He's gonna try and grab it with his mouth without the snake biting him or whatever. And they were showing him like a demonstration. And then they were like, all right, go ahead and leave the room. We're gonna get stuff ready. So they swap out the buckets. So there's no snake in there. There's people in there. There's about 3 or 4 people. They go in there and they're like, wait, why is there only 2 of us in here? They close the door and they lock it and they cut the lights. It's like pitch black in there, and they just start fucking with them
because they don't know what's going on.
No. And then there's like a room where they can get out of, and eventually one of them, he's like, oh, I found a door over here. Let's go. They go in there and there's like pots and pans hanging, so they like bang into them, and then it's like after that there's like a floor full of like marbles. And then there's like mouse traps everywhere.
So it's just like a human maze.
Yeah.
That sucks so bad.
Horrible. I would have a heart attack. I would definitely need a new pair of pants. There's no way I can survive that, man. I can't do that stuff, man. I'm too jumpy. I don't like when people get too close to me. I don't trust a lot of people. Like that's too much, man. Whew. Like I said, I hope they get their money up front.
I'm sure they got paid handsomely since it's the 4th installment of this movie.
Ugh.
All right, fellas, the big game is Sunday. We'll have another episode next Tuesday to wrap up the season 1 of the PRS show. Gentlemen, it's been a ride. Wes joined us mid-year. We're grateful to have him on the show. I'm hoping you'll return in April when we have the draft. Producer James, appreciate the run. Anything y'all want to tell the people before we call it a semi-season break? Not semi-season, but, near the end of the season.
Yeah. I just want to say, man, support your people, whatever you got going on. Or everyone likes to watch ESPN, but, small shows like us that we enjoy doing that, we give our 2 cents in. Throw a like. You ain't got to pull out your wallet, just tune in, throw a like, tell them how much you enjoy their stuff.
Share the video.
Just support your people, around you, local businesses, your community, people, just throw some support. Yeah.
Wes?
Ouch, man. Did you say if Wes maybe comes back, we hope he comes back? Why you talking like I may not return, man?
Because I'm trying to tease you so people will come back and watch to see if you're here. We call that a tease in the business.
Oh, okay. It's kind of, man, because I've been watching that. I got into that show Ozark. I thought I was getting like.
I saw your post after you watched that season 4. I was just like, man, it shook him up that bad, huh?
Oh, dude, it was
accurate.
Crazy. Did you see it?
Yeah, James? We had I guess an ice day on Thursday for work. Yeah, we binged. We were like 3 episodes in, but we went ahead and watched the rest. It's such a good show, man. It's really, if you haven't watched Ozark on Netflix.
I was this close to turning it on.
Dude, it's worth it.
Dude, yeah, check it out. But anyway, I plan to be back. Hopefully by then, I'll be a lot cooler. I'll find some jokes. Maybe I'll stop making fun of short people. I'll try, James. But yeah, man. Thanks to everybody, coming out and watching us, and thanks for the support. It means a lot. I have fun doing the show.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
You taking this man's shine?
That wasn't me.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all good. I get it, man. I get it, James. I get it, bro. I love you though. I love you. I know you hate me. I know if you had a chance, you cut me down at the knees and be like, "This is what it feels like to be 5'4".
Damn, bro.
Hey, 5'6", man. Get it right. Get it right. Don't short me on my 2 inches.
Don't short it. You said don't short me.
Don't short me.
I'm just saying.
All right, Wes, we appreciate it, man. We really do appreciate you having you on, and I hope you're back, man. I don't know, maybe you get too big time, maybe you get an offer somewhere else. We gotta make sure, I don't know, you wanted talent out there. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna make time for the Paul Rodriguez show, man. I think we have something, that's good. We're gonna grow.
It'll work itself out. It'll work itself out for sure.
Maybe I get some better T-shirts because apparently, this one's horrible. Y'all made fun of it.
You just gotta stop going to Target.
Just get you a black tee, man. That's all you gotta do. Get you a black tee.
It's Target.
First of all,
it's tar what?
Target.
Okay, buddy. Last time I checked, there was a literal Target on the logo, but I don't know. It could be something else.
Yeah, you gotta understand, bro. It's I don't know. Other families called it that, but that was kind of like your way of saying, they were fancy because you had your Walmart. Across the street, the Target,
Walmart.
It was fancier, so it's Target.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't drive a brand new Lincoln SUV. I don't live in Plano. I don't live in gated communities. I'm sorry, Wes. I don't. I'm not rubbing elbows with the affluent elites as you seem to be doing. So, sir.
I just don't have HEB, man. I'm so ready for HEB.
Oh, first world problems.
Thank you for the catch up, bro. Thank you.
It got a little late, but it arrived.
Good. I've already went through half a bottle.
Oh my God.
I'm like Eli in the hot sauce commercial. Put that shit on everything.
Put that shit on. Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Tune in next week on the 15th. That'll be our final show until April. We'll give you a recap of the Super Bowl. We'll see whose prognostications were accurate, who was right. Anybody win anything? We'll find out at that time. Until then, we'll see you next Tuesday on the 15th. Yeah. Happy Valentine's Day? Not really. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, y'all are chunking up deuces apparently, huh? Adios, guys. We'll see y'all next week.
head on over to Spotify, search Paul Rodriguez Show. You'll see the little logo pop up. Give us a follow, turn notifications on. That way you don't miss any show that is uploaded, which is daily.